Hi, this is Terry Butcher and you are watching Hibernian TV.
Terry, obviously an eventful Saturday for yourself. It all began at the Eastern Cemetery where you were invited and you spoke at the Dammit Michael rededication service. What were your thoughts on that honour and what actually happened on the day?
Well, it was a marvellous occasion. It wasn't sombre at all. It was quite lifting, very lifting. Pat Stanton was there, Sir Tom Farmer, all the directors were there, the chairman, all the fans as well. The St Patrick's branch had done a fantastic job in raising funds, as with all the Hibs fans as well too. So it's a fitting headstone, beautiful headstone for Dan, and fitting that his grave should be marked in this way. I did say I had to address it. It was very difficult in many respects, having just come to the club, but it gave me enormous pride to be there. And I did say, well, he's within a stone's throw of the stadium. Perhaps I can pop over and just have a few words with him when it comes to how to win the Scottish Cup. But he was a real legend, a real character, and a real clubman as well. So all those kind of attributes, I want to incorporate in my management style and incorporate that in the way I lead Hibs.
Since your appointment, Terry, to what extent have you immersed yourself in the history and the nostalgia of what Hibernian Football Club's all about?
Well, I've been with big clubs before, but this is a big club, a huge club. But it's very family orientated and very much a togetherness within the club and the organisation and the brand that is Hibs. But you do really get a sense of history. You just look at the training centre where we are. You look at the club, at the ground. It's filled with pictures, and when the tunnel eventually is completed, it'll be filled with more pictures of history as well. I think it's a big responsibility when you come to this football club, when you look at the history and you look at what's happened in the past, and it's our turn now to obviously write new history and make sure that we go down in history as a good side and having a good era for the club as well. So you're carrying on the mantle of what the club means to so many people, and it means a heck of a lot to a lot of people. So, and it's not just within Edinburgh, within Leith; it's all around the world. So, it is a responsibility, but it's one that you enjoy taking on board, and you enjoy taking up the mantle and saying, right, this is our turn now and our time, and we want to make the most of it, enjoy it, but also give Hibs fans of today a lot of pleasure.
You mentioned obviously Pat Stanton was at ceremony too. He's obviously probably our greatest ever captain, and 41 years ago yesterday helped Hibs to win the League Cup at Hampden. What did he have to say to yourself about settling into Hibernian life?
Well, actually Pat and I have paths across well before I came to Hibs, because he was an SPL delegate as it was then, and it was great to see him at games and all these kind of things. I didn't know much about Pat Stanton at all before. Even when I've been in Scotland for some time, I've been unaware really of his pedigree, his history, his calibre, what he's like as a guy, what he's like as a captain. And I'm getting to know that very much now, and we keep bumping into each other on club functions and seeing things, and the awe that he's held in by all the Hibs fans is just so impressive. It really is. He walks into the room and he's just got this aura about him of being a legend, a real legend. So I've got a lot of respect from them, much more respect now than I ever had before. And you see him as a friend, as a colleague, as someone that's working along the same lines as we are. That's to make Hibernian Football Club the best that it can possibly be. So we have a common cause and a common bond now, I think, which we obviously didn't have before. And I'm pleased to say that he's with us, and he wants to be with us, and he wants to help Hibs get to where he wants them to be and where we all want to be.
Now focusing on the here and now, if we can, Terry, and obviously preparing for the match at league leaders Celtic this weekend. What exactly have the squad been working on at the training centre?
Well, Monday we worked on trying to get rid of Saturday's game in terms of what we can get from it, what we glean from it, what we learnt from it, and all the things we want to take forward. So it was very good, very positive from the players, and quite rightly so, because it wasn't a silky soccer performance, but it was gritty and a lot of steel again in the team, and a great spirit as well. So Well, I was really pleased with lots of things, and the players had a good, frank and open discussion, and they were quite they were disappointed after the game not to have won it with the chances that we've had, and not to have got more from the game than just the point. Delighted with the point, of course, but felt that we could have done better in certain aspects, and probably finishing and being more ruthless in the box. And the luck certainly wasn't with us on Saturday when everything seemed to be bouncing in the penalty area or coming to Partick Thistle players rather than Hibernian players. But yeah, we've put that to bed now. That's gone. I'm looking forward to Celtic, and they've been working hard on attacking play, working hard on one-on-ones, 2v2s, all these kind of situations that we'll get on Saturday, and obviously other games as well. Just sort of a normal week. But we know the Celtic game's coming up. We know that Celtic are in a rich vein of form. They're pretty impressive, or very impressive. They're very ruthless as well, knocking the goals in. They've got good height at set play, set pieces. So we're working on that, but then so are we. So yeah, it's a testing challenge for us, but it's one that we want to take on, and we want to enjoy it, and we want to make sure we go and give a good account of ourselves and see what happens then. But I think when you build up to a Celtic game during the season, there's an extra spring in your step and an extra sort of anticipation, because you're playing the league leaders, you're playing the top side, and you want to put on a good show. And I think with the performance that Hibs showed against Celtic the last time round, it was very gritty, very a lot of steel, a lot of fight. Physical battles were there to be won, and the Hibs players certainly won a lot. So it's going to be the same on Saturday as well. So we're under no illusions, and I think we're all pretty much keeping our feet on the ground and making sure that we can continue our unbeaten run.